Look at that. That's awesome. Yeah, and then look at the last second. Oh, I'm going to rally. Kind of funky. Kind of fun to watch. I like watching for these sorts of player tendencies, because one of my favorite topics of interest is player expression through competitive gaming. Ooh, yes, choices of style, what decisions they make, when they get nervous, how you can tell if they are angry or happy. Oh, that sort of stuff is fun. And of course, Huck just is a little bit goofy, just clicking everywhere. So, yeah, let's come back to Braddock's main. Our big strokes, Yes, he is getting a Marine and an Orbital Command, and here comes a Tech Lab. I bet you money there's a Tech Lab coming down. And we're going to see a good old drop here. He's going to wait for this to finish. He's going to build a Reaper, and then he's going to build another Barracks. Bam! In a little bit, he'll be making a refinery. After he makes this bunker, there's the bunker, and then here comes the refinery, almost certainly. Okay, cool. And then a Ghost Academy whenever he has money to do so. Probably up here, I would imagine, just because this seems to be his go-to spot. Ghost Academy? I desperately want to see a Ghost Academy. That would just make my night. Hey, it's a Ghost Academy! Yeah! Alright, cool. So we're getting the basic idea of what's going on. Probes, they were just pulled off because they had to deal with the Reaper harass. Huck not giving away a thing, though. Has not yet revealed any real tech structures. As we can confirm by Braddock, yeah, in the Braddock cam, no tech structures in sight. Just the usual warp gate antics. So here comes the Ghost Academy, seemingly well timed because as it finishes, plenty of money to start a Ghost. And then we're going to be building Marines here, and then with the next little bit of money, build a factory. Yep, there's the factory going down. And then just start pumping out those Mariners. There they are, and there's the 3 Marines in the bunker. Such easy peasy defense-y. But again, remember in game 1, I was saying, oh, a little bit of space here, a little bit of space here. So what makes a build good is versatility. And by the way, I know that there's stuff here, but I'll come back to that. What makes a build good is versatility, right? It's the idea of, can it bend to be able to adequately respond to all the millions and millions of different variations that can be thrown at you? So it dealt well with early warp gate pressure, and had a big, strong timing push to deal with expanders, expanding Protoss as well. Oh, look, there's the combat shield. Does it deal well with other strategies? So, wow, he does see all these various warp gates, but as it turns out, it's a DT rush coming up. One of my favorite things in the universe to do in this matchup. Drinking water, very tasty. But yeah, I love Dark Templar rushing, and we're going to see some more clever stuff from Braddock. He senses something is up. He is going to be building a supply depot. He further senses something is up. He's going to be floating a factory in here. Of course, Huck is a little bit too good for that. He already has pylons ringing his base to make sure nothing can actually poke in there. There are the warp gates finishing. Pylons up, and DT Shrine getting close to done. But look at this. This is so awesome by Braddock. I absolutely love this. So again, notice how everything is the exact same. But then watch him flex his flexibility. Oh, yep, there's the Tech Lab finishing. Oh, yeah, look, a Stim Pack going down as well. But walling himself in with these depots, an interesting choice. It makes you realize that that placement of bunker was not just him going, yeah, let's build a bunker at the ramp. It's let's build a bunker at the ramp with just enough space on either side, because look at this. Uh-oh, with a whack and whistle, there's a Ghost. Or excuse me, there's a DT, just able to EMP with a Ghost. At which point, oh no, Braddock, after his first medevac, is just building a starport. Now let's actually just briefly back up, or excuse me, not a starport, a Tech Lab. So let's back up here. Let's actually just have the starport selected. So look at this. Oh yeah, it's getting the Tech Lab right as he's starting to notice something's up. So he didn't quite get it right as the DT came to the front, but he got it basically assuming that something was up, you know, because he did build these depots knowing something was up in the first place. So apparently this supply depot has also been decloaked by that EMP, just to throw that out there, that it was labeled as such. And look, there's a nice scan there that he has. More DTs coming from Huck, and when we go to the resource counting station, Huck is throwing quite a lot of money there. And see, there's another DT, and see you later, DT. And the last DT, oh no, will he get there in time? Uh-oh, it's falling pretty fast, but a Raven's coming out. But it's halfway done. Oh no, gas. And the scan to take it out. And only now is Braddock really low on detection. And this is right when this Raven is going to come out. Didn't that just line up beautifully? Isn't that just amazing? And hey, look, Stim's also getting close to done as well. So right when this pressure ends up finishing up, these Marines will be able to push out and do a nice little bit of aggression. Now, I want you to note, don't overthink this, because a lot of players will look at this build by Braddock, and they'll go, oh my god. He arranged his build such that right when a Dark Templar rush is defeated, Stim is also about to finish. Now, that is true. That is an observation that is accurate, but I would not say that that should be like the center point for the construction of your builds, is measuring it against all these other things, when, at a fundamental level, push when you have Stim. That's really the core meat. That's the juice of what's going on here. The gist, I would so dare say. Don't freak out too much about any sort of weird coincidences, I would say. Definitely put this in your pocket as something to know, but don't focus on it as the crux of the build, is what I'm saying. It so happens to be the case that Combat Shield and Stim will ramp up at this point in time. But no need, to reshift all your builds in that regard. One thing I'm noticing is that by getting the Combat Shield up first, it means that any Dark Templar that Huck did make would have to kill the Marines in 2 hits instead of 1. So perhaps that's an argument for getting Combat Shield before Stim. And of course the good little scout back there to check what's up. And the starport is back to making 1 medevac at a time. And likewise, this command center by Braddock was started way long ago. Way long ago. And hey, look, same timing as in Game 1. We throw down this command center when we're starting to build up money, and then we also throw down an engineering bay when we're starting to build up money to get our +1 out. We keep making medevacs, we keep making lots of Marines. Maybe get some more ghosts if we're in the mood. Marines moving forward, and after we get a few medevacs as Braddock, we are in prime time, pushing time. It's really hard to mess this up. This style push. I mean, this is a lot of Marines. I mean, this is 26 Marines, and how many ghosts? 2 still? Yep, still 2. Even without the Raven, this would be pretty brutal to deal with. So, yeah. Anything else going on? Not particularly much. Let's just sort of speed up until this push occurs. But notice this push, same looking style push as in the first 2 games. It just so happened that Braddock is able to hold off a Dark Templar rush leading up to that. Now, food-wise, it looks like Braddock is a little bit behind. But look at those 2 gigantic EMPs, the point defense drones, to make those completely stalker-proof for a little bit of time. And notice the food on Huck plummet. Look at how fast that fell. I want to pull back just to emphasize this again. Look at this, 100 food to 86 food. Just watch this number. 86, 85, 86, 84, 86, 85, 83, 82, 81, 80. Oh, goodness, he dropped 6 food, and Huck dropped 40. Now, this is cool for 2 reasons. One, it means that, water? And as many of you know, I normally drink water when I don't remember what the hell I was talking about. In that circumstance, I was just thirsty, though. So, first reason it's cool. It makes us see this build and go, oh, I want to do that because I want to be powerful and mighty like Braddock. And you will. Just do it. But the second thing is that this excites me in a StarCraft 2 game sense. Because when I look at this, I realize that if you can make a cute, small army composition like that can kill way huger armies, that gives me that StarCraft 1 feeling. It gets me excited. It reminds me of, planting 3 lurkers at a ramp and knowing that I can hold off Infinity Medic Marine. And that created a very interesting dynamic. I could manage space a lot more easily. Perhaps we'll see more small Marine plus Ghost compositions to deal with big Protoss army movement. And if a Protoss tries to wander up with a bunch of Stalkers and Zealots, you'll EMP it twice and just obliterate it with the remaining 8-9 Marines because they deal damage so absurdly quickly. So that is pretty remarkable how badly this little tiny force demolished the bigger force. So we're just going to watch one last game between Braddock and Huck. Again, this is all from Zotac number 14, if you are curious about downloading these replays. So, yes, indeed. Bam! Starting the next game. So we've seen Braddock do the same build in 3 games, and Braddock even did the same build against Huck. Will he do the same build again? Pretty sure he does. I haven't actually seen this game. I'm sincerely hoping he does, because that is such a key idea, is that a build that is just solid. We saw it hold off 4 Warp Gate. We saw it hold off 3 Warp Gate, primarily Stalker, into Expand. We saw this build hold off a DT rush, and in all circumstances, that first big push